You know, beating cancer is usually cause for celebration, but for one man in Dallas, there was an unfortunate downside to winning. As Sean Giggy shows us, after a few years of waiting, he finally got the healing he'd been searching for.
Beating cancer is a remarkable achievement. For that reason, survivors of the disease were recently honored at this banquet in Dallas. But for one man, the moment was bittersweet.
There's all this joy that I feel, but there's definitely that just extremely sad part of the story that I, wasn't able to, thank in person the man that saved my life.
A few years ago, 27-year-old Troy Alexander was diagnosed with a rare form of blood cancer.
Just didn't believe it.
Doctors said he had just a few months to live.
At that point, they told me that pretty much the only option was to have a stem cell transplant.
With the help of an organization called DKMS, Troy searched all over the country, but couldn't find a suitable donor.
Yeah.
Until, halfway around the world, they found a perfect match. 33-year-old Sasha Hoth lived in Germany with his 2 young children and his wife, Elise.
It was Sasha's job to save Troy's life.
Keep in mind, the 2 men had never met, never talked, and didn't even know each other's name. And yet, Sasha never wavered. His stem cells were flown to the United States to a very grateful stranger.
The only thing I wanted to do is, as I was getting better, was to be able to reach out to him and tell him what he did for me.
Troy has been in remission for about a year now. But not long after his transplant, he learned he would never get to meet the man who saved his life.
A month later, Sasha had a massive heart attack and died. Which is why, when Troy was asked to share his story at that banquet, he struggled to find the words.
Sorry.
He went on to talk about his overwhelming gratitude and that one day he vowed to go to Germany to tell Sasha's family just how much his gift meant.
Thank you again.
It was then, as he finished his speech, he found out he didn't have to wait any longer.
It is our deepest honor to introduce you to Sasha's widow, Alice and Julian, for the very first time.
Oh my gosh.
By living, Troy has gotten others to donate, which has already saved even more lives. All thanks to a man whose final act was to give.
It's nice to know that part of Sasha is still alive.
He's given me a second chance, and with that, I try to live the rest of my life with a purpose and definitely in honor of him.
John Giggy, Channel 8 News.